Yo, 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 what's up, people, family, man? What's happening? I, sorry about the little delay, but I had some medical issues I had to deal with for the last 2 weeks, and I had a surgery, man. I had to go get took care of. So, the Lord gonna do what the Lord gonna do, and it's like a reboot or whatever you want to call it, powered up, leveled up, or man, he just everything that was making me feel not good, not so well. This procedure that I had done, it did like 6 different things that was bothering me, and that's how the Lord worked, man. Like for real, that's why I God has blessed me to go through a lot of things and not uh, do certain things that I just don't agree with. I just feel like everything that happened to us in our life, we bring it upon ourselves. And until we understand, man, we standing in front of a train track, on the train track, and we the train coming at our own self. And all you gotta do is step right or step left, and then you good. And then you keep on going. But this is King Mount Zion, the Lord's servant. I am no slave to no one, ever. The Lord in heaven is my master, and only He can judge me. Anybody with a mind or understanding or any kind of situation between your ears, man, you better know how to keep the law of the land. Whichever land you live in, keep the law of the land. Even Christ said that, man. Be in this world, but don't be of this world. Don't get caught up, man. Christ trying to hip you with some knowledge back in the day, but if it ain't explained to you in the way you want it, then you will not accept it. But Christ ain't gonna change for nobody, man. He is who he is, and he is what he is, and take it or leave it. So here we go. We're gonna finish. We're gonna keep going where we was at last time, man. Before we stepped away for a minute, step into the word, then step right back out. Close the door. Here we go. So the what I'm trying to explain to my family, man. I look at family as a word that has diverse definitions, man. But when you deal with family according to the bloodline in your veins, that's a definition that it can't be like people try to play with it so much, change it, even try to change it, but you can't change it. It just reserves back to itself. Certain things in the flesh is so above us as fleshly people walking on this earth, man. We just keep jumping for that biggest fruit on the tree we see. When all kind of fruit is low hanging. You're eating, you're eating. You know what you're gonna do after you eat. Everybody do the same thing. You gotta bring it down a notch as it develops to go up notches. So I had to the Lord showed me how to go back because I've been told so many damn lies in my life in the flesh, man. And I was kind of person, man. I'm kind of person like everybody who they are, man. And you're meant to be that too. Don't change for nobody, man. Unless the Lord change you. And then that's the greatest change you can never experience. But we have to understand how this thing work, man. Because we can't change it. We got to accept how it is and bow down and be humble to his word and have trust and faith in him that he know what the hell he doing. Because anytime somebody have something perfect, I know everybody can understand and relate. You can have the perfect kind of thing, man. I don't care what it is, man. If it's a Rolls Royce or a chicken wing. But if that thing is perfect, man, it ain't like everything else. You know that. And when you bite up in that chicken wing, you already know what's up. Or when you sitting up in that whip like that, you know what's up. Because it's perfect to you. But this word right here, man, can take you into the deep water and help you survive in it. and bring you back out of it without no harm. And that's what I had to do, man. The Lord said, we're gonna go back through it. I'm gonna show you. So that's what I'm trying to do. Because once you see how the Lord work, and He ain't gonna change for nobody. Metaphor, similitude, and a parable. Put that in your head. If you want to understand how He talk and how He relates and how He teaches, you got to get them three things there, a fact down straight pat. Down. You got to get it like that, because then you can see the mystery of this book, because it is a mystery. And don't let nobody tell you not to go into the original books too. Don't, this not canon, that's not canon, man. That's a whole different other nation. It ain't supposed to be canon. Canon is the fourth son of Ham, an albino. Urizoid albino. It's a different type of albino. Because we got Noah was a Negro albino. Because he had 3 black sons. But yeah, he was red-haired, blue-eyed, because the Lord was teaching, even through biology. He was teaching. And where did they land? At the top mount of the European people. So-called European, but they was originally Cain. That's Cain's people now. Cain and Esau and Canaan. That's a fact. And Tubal Cain and all them people, their bloodline is still going. The Lord said He has done it. He has not done away with the people, even from the beginning. Those He once foreknew. People can use their mouth and say God did this and God did that, but they can't go into this book and read it, that He destroyed everybody, especially the Israelites. 2/3 gonna be destroyed, yeah, but the 1/3 that wanted to go and take Christ king, that's in the Bible too. People never talk about the 1/3 of Israelites that was trying to serve their king and said, is this now the time you're going to restore the kingdom of Israel? And the Lord said, no, this is not your rest. This kingdom will not be your rest. Because if this kingdom was my kingdom, my servants would fight. That's what Christ said, man. Think not I come to bring back peace, but nay, but a sword, and to divide the sheep from the goats. So people can say things with their mouth, but they can't. They say, God said this, God said that. But you got to read it, baby. Let me hear what God said, the word said. Because I'm not going to believe nobody. I don't care if it was my brother, sister. If you say God said it, I don't want to trust. Okay, let's stop right there. Let's go straight to the word. And then I'm going to find out for sure if this is true or not true. That's the only way, man. This world, you can survive in this world. Or if not, you'll be tossed to and fro. That's a fact. So we just completed that in Genesis, that the light in the first day was the get down of how this earth was going to run, because it was void, and only the light was on the face of the Lord was on the top of the waters, and darkness was in the depth of the water. That's light and dark, good and bad, antagonist, protagonist. It was all set up from the beginning. That's why it's funny, man. Because you can't do nothing about nothing. But build yourself up a great reward and rely on them. Some can rely on the inheritance, being a part of the inheritance of the Lord. But others can rely on mercy, according to your works in your life. That's why Paul came to preach to the Gentiles. Now, people get mad now, even my people, they get mad at me when I say this, but the churches, the letters that Paul wrote is all in Revelation. You don't have to ask, why did Paul go to these places? It was already written for him to go. Revelation 1st chapter told you. Got to go to these churches in Smyrna, Pergamos, all these places, man. This is something that y'all don't understand because you refuse to give yourself and your spirit to the Lord. You think you're worth something because you got a whole bunch of money. Money do not buy you nothing when it comes to the Lord. He said it's the root of all the evil on the earth is money. So you got to realize it's like this, man. Do you want to live or you want to die? I'm only talking to the ones that want to live. I know if a person, man, say they're atheist or, they're apologetic and all this kind of shit and all this Christian church stuff, these cathedrals that Christ spoke against, that, I go back to what Christ said. I don't care what nobody else say, man, because he is who he is. And he has guaranteed and promised something that I'm willing to gamble my spirit and soul and my covenant on that before I will gamble on anything else that could profit me or make me live better or ride better. I done did all that in my life, man. I don't even care about nothing like that no more. I'm a very old school, like, country dude, man. I like to ride in metal cars, like, 40s and 50s. It's for real. So, I'm not expecting no money. I don't want no money. Please find somebody in your family, man, that you know that's working hard. Just don't give it to anybody either. I don't care who they are. But make sure they at least got a job, man. Like, I don't care. If they ain't got no job, they're just trying to sucker you out of some money, man. For real. Make sure they got a job and look around and let your spirit guide you to that person. And you be doing the right thing because there is no greater deed to the Lord than charity. There is no greater deed. So we're going to do this right, man. At least I said I can did that. I did a lot of shit in my life that was wrong. This is going to be one thing that I'm going to say, nope, I did this right, man, because I care. I care, for real. So, now, we at the 5th day now. So, light and dark, good and evil said at the first day, but the sun, moon, and stars was on the 4th day. So, when you hear the preachers say that God is about the sun and the moon, that's the first thing in the beginning. It's in the beginning. Man, come on, man. We deserve better than that as anybody. I don't care what color you are. If Israel, you don't get this right, man, you the biggest dummy. Israel. Our forefathers failed us. That's a fact. That's why we went into slavery. It tells you our forefathers sinned against the Lord and are not. That expression in a parable, similar to a metaphorical fashion, means they are dead. They are not here. And it says the children have to pay for the sins. So when it comes to other nations, you want the glory, but you think that those words means nothing. But you had reality in your face to prove that God been right here the whole time. Because the same thing make you laugh, make you cry. Straight up. Learn this Bible, people, man. This your salvation. If you can get in it, this is the only place you can get it. And it ain't free. For Israel, you are blessed. You are blessed through the pain and through the suffering already we done. But the other nations, it's up to you. If you, and we don't even have to go through all that shit. You know what I'm talking about, people. If you think stupid thoughts because you've been taught stupid things about stuff, then you have accepted that and you walk with that, okay? That's on you. Because I know for a fact, with my own eyeballs, that I've seen some excellent, shocked me to death, just kind, good ass people, man. Like, especially my neighbor, man. I know for a fact God brought that man in my life. I'm telling you, I don't care what nobody say, man. I ain't never been afraid to say the truth for what's on my mind, man. Anybody that know me for real, they know that's been my problem. When I was younger, that's been my problem, man. You know what? It's been 2 weeks. Um, this Bible, we're going to teach it, man, and we're going to do it the way the Spirit of the Lord has put on me, okay? So, on the fifth day, it's very important. Let's get to it, man. Where we at? Let's get it, baby. I love to hear the pages, to feel the pages and everything. It just, better just like that. Okay, here we go. Now, this is important now. I want y'all to see this. This is going to be something that they ain't even told y'all about, man. This is something that you really need to know. Okay, now, I just finished the fourth day, and God said, this says, here we go. Genesis 1:23. And and the evening and the morning were the fifth day. Okay, this is the fifth day. The fifth day. See, let me see if anybody's smart. Not through the flesh, but through the spirit. I'm going to see if anybody's smart. Because I praise the Lord. I'm not bragging on none of this, man. This glory is like something I can't explain. To be able to see the word, man, through the spirit, man. It's a gift among gifts, man. So no wise of any understanding as you hear in hey, if one thing I can say, if I brag on anything, I boast in the Lord. That's it. Okay. And on the fifth day, and God said, let the earth bring forth the living creature after his kind. Okay? The living creature after his kind. Cattle and creepeth thing and beast of the earth after his kind. And it was so. And God made the beast of the earth after his kind. Okay? And cattle after their kind. And everything that creep upon the earth after his kind. And God saw that it was good. And God said, let us make man. And this is 26. Now this is okay, check it out. This is beautiful. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our. Okay, now, you got to understand something. When God said our, at this particular time, you got to understand what's going on the earth. It was just as the earthly people call heaven, they say it was heaven and it was the Lord creating the earth. So he's bringing forth all of his creations. This is what they call the creation story of the Holy Bible, okay? So now this is the fifth or the sixth day, and God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness. Now, when they try to say it was the Lord Christ. I don't use the word, that J word, like, because that's a Canaanite name. That's a Canaanite word. That's a Canaanite culture. And I can prove that. I'm not picky, but things do get tricky when you deal with the psyche. It can bounce like a basketball if you know how to dribble. You do not play with none of this stuff. You just stick with the word of the Lord. And he will explain himself better than anybody could ever explain who he is. Even better than me, for real. So, man, in our image, it was Christ and the Father dealing with this. I was going to have another issue, just lead y'all on a little bit. But it wasn't Christ and the angels. It was just Christ and his Father, the Most High, in our image, in our likeness. So you should know that. In our image, in our likeness, and let him have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creep upon the earth. So you got creeping thing, and then you got man in the image of the Lord and the Most High, and they got, you see, there's levels. That's what I'm trying to teach y'all, man. This earth is about levels. You got the extraterrestrial, the terrestrial, which is the terrain, and then you got the subterranean world. Everything is for real. Don't let them play with you, man. And the Lord is perfect in his ways, and a fool can never understand him. But an educated person, through whoa, don't even get me started with that. Please, don't even get me started with that, man. So, we're going to continue rolling on, baby. Rolling on like we getting along, like everything is good. Ain't nobody throwing no potatoes, tomatoes, juices, and nothing across the table, none of that. Everybody acting all right. Okay. And let him have dominion over the fish in the sea, and the fowl of the air, and over the cattle. Over the cattle. Okay, over the cattle, and over all the earth, and every creeping thing upon the earth. So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God, and he created him, male and female created he them. And we got a precept at Genesis 5 and Matthew 19:4, family. Remember, if you really, now learning the Bible now, you don't think you're going to just sit back and you can push a button like computer stuff and you know, picture to pop up. You got to actually do something. Do something. You know, get up on it, man. Like you want it, man, for real. Get up on it like you want it. Let's see, what we got? Genesis 5 and 2, baby. Let's go with it. Let's go. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day that God created man, in the likeness of God made he him. See? Everything in heaven, like earthly words, heaven is a God and a queen. You at the epitome and the total pinnacle and apex of thought on every level. In the spirit, there's no flesh up there, man. To my understanding, I'm always able and ready to be taught by another of higher understanding. But until then, I go by with what God showed me. Straight up. So, this is huge. He created in likeness of God made he him. Male and female created he them, and blessed them, and called their name Adam. Called their name. Listen to this, man. He called their name Adam. Now, everybody know about Adam and Eve. But Adam also had kids other than Seth. Seth's line was separated, because the Lord separates and chooses even in the bloodline. And he do it in the flesh. He choose what he want. There's plenty of trees upon this earth. This is going to break it down right here, man. This is going to break it down. Because I'm going to show y'all there were Adamites. Adamites. Other children other than Seth. Because Seth's lineage is where Christ come through. Those are the sons of God, not the fallen angels. Once the angels fell, they were the watchers. They switched it up on y'all. They made the angels son of God and made Seth's sons like demons. And these are the lineage of Christ. This is truth and a fact, man. The sons of God saw the daughters of men, and they were fair. And he looked upon them, and mighty men came out of them. This is the mix between Seth's sons and the Adamites and some of Cain's daughters, man. Because that was the only thing up on the earth. That's a fact. Well, let me break this down so we can. This should break down something that, man, it can kill a lot of old BS and a lot of nonsense. Because I'm not here for no BS or nonsense, man. I do not argue with anybody. I present the fact, the date, the archaeology, and the photographs, and the history of the bloodline, and it's undefeated formula for any psychology, theory, philosophy, any kind of mental basketball, football, because you can take it and make it what you want, baby, once you got it. But listen, very simple. The Lord made everything up on the earth. He made all the trees. But he chose the palm tree. He made many birds to fly in the air. They all fly. But he chose the dove. There's many species of feline. It's a big family of felines. Many different types of cat. A jungle little cat. They got all kind of little cats. They got cougars, tigers, and lions. Out of all the felines, what the Lord chose, he chose a lion. Out of all the bodies of water upon this earth, what the Lord chose, he didn't choose the Bering Strait. He didn't choose any of them rivers in the Bible that lead through the land of Canaan. Was really the land of Israel, but that's another story. I don't want to get off track because it's going to be proven anyway. But he chose many bodies of water, but he said he made many bodies of water, but he said, I'm going to take the Jordan. Many cities upon this earth, places of land he could have lived, he said, I choose Jerusalem. He didn't choose Kiev. He didn't choose Bangkok. Don't get mad at me because I can read, man. It should be no issue because the whole earth belonged to the Lord. And he gave it to us for free. He didn't charge us for air. He didn't charge you for water. He didn't charge you for none of that. There's many flowers upon the earth. He didn't choose the rose. He didn't choose the violet. He chose the lily. You understand? There's many days of the weeks. He chose the Sabbath and hallowed it unto himself. These words ain't no brand new words, man. But sometimes you gotta step back and remind yourself what time it is, man. You can buy the biggest, baddest Rolex for $1,000 million. They can transform into a car. You can drive it, sit there and drive it, 3 passengers. But unless you know the Lord, you don't know what time it is, man. I'll tell you that right now. The Adamites came on day 5, okay? The Adamites. On day 5, the Adamites came. Where is my... Oh, here we go. The Adamites came on day 5. We're going to keep on going right quick. It's been 2 weeks, man. I want to do a lot of talking. And I hope y'all don't mind, but I'm dropping the bombs as I talk, man. Letting you know it's still all lovely and it's still all about the Lord. So, but it's been 2 weeks. I've been itching to get back to it. I've been so hurting, limping around here. But the weaker in the flesh, the stronger in the spirit, baby. Weaker you are in the flesh, the stronger you are in the spirit. He said, and blessed them and called their name. Their name. That means more than one. It means probably more than two. But he called their name Adam in the day when they were created. In the day when they were created. He created Adam separate. And then after that, he created Eve. So he's not talking about the birth of Adam and Eve or the creation of Adam and Eve at this time on the fifth day. He created these people to have dominion over the animals that creep on the ground. If you didn't catch that, man, wind this damn tape back, man. Y'all want to know the truth of the Bible? I'm trying to get to you, man. And I ain't charging you nothing, but increasing of your righteousness, man, in the truth of the word of the Lord. But sometimes it's too high for a fool. We're going to keep going. And Adam lived 130 years and begat his son own likeness after his image and called his name Seth. That's 130 years. Between the 130 years, the Adamites came. This was not Seth's line, because here comes Seth right now. Seth is just born. He don't have children. Use your common sense. She's so smart. I don't mean that in a bad way, but it's just really easy, man. Like if a person really wanted through the Spirit, they don't got to play about that, man. They don't got to play because you see, hey, you know, I got a personal life I'm going to put out, man, but it's for my book. But, man, like when I tell people who I am, man, that's why I come out. I don't want to show my face, man. It ain't about me, man. This ain't about me. This is about the Lord, man. This is about the Lord God who saved me from death, man. And I fellowship with him. But I was at my weakest point in the flesh, about to die. Getting drugged to hell. That's a fact, man. Straight up. I don't talk about my stuff like that, man, because it opened up doors in me, man, that's deep, man. And the Lord helped me keep them closed, man. So I don't play about nothing, man. I'm serious about everything. Because you don't have to get serious if you stay serious. Because there'll be a time when you may have to get serious, for real. In the days of Adam, he had begotten Seth were 800 years. Look at all this time between here, family. Don't let them give you no Mickey Mouse cartoon story of this bloodline, man. This is a fact. He begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Adam lived there were 930 years, and he died. And Seth lived 105 years. Seth is the father of the sons of God, according to the holy line of Adam through Noah. Noah come through Seth. All these guys, Enoch, this is all through the line of Seth, man. But the Adamites was on the fifth day. Remember that. Remember that. So they left that out for y'all, if you didn't notice. Because they want to guide your understanding and knowledge. They don't want you to think for yourself, man. But you're going to have to think for yourself, because ain't nobody going to die for you but yourself. If I just get one out of a 10,000, I'm cool, man. At least the Lord can see me trying, man. Other people can't even try. They want to do all the talking shit. I ain't never been a talker, man. I mean, not trying. If I talk, I'm going to go get it, man. For real. And Seth lived after he begot Enos. Now, Cain's first son was Enoch. He built the first city in the land of what we know as Babylon. They were trying to push y'all over to Europe, but no, stay right around in the area of where Babylon is and in the Holy Land. That's why Cain wandered. The word, his curse was to wander over around in where the desert is at right there. He didn't go all the way over to Europe. Europe came down to him. What you mean? Europe came down to him, man. Through the Trans-Caucasus Highway at the steppe up there in Caucasus, Russia. Yeah. They mess around and let a brother get a little knowledge, man. But I don't want to get paid for it. I want to give it away for free. That's right. That make me more happy just to get it away for free, for real. And Seth lived and begot Enos. Enoch on one side, the fake Enoch, the fake one. The real Enoch ain't came yet. See, watch this. And Seth lived and begot Enos 870 years and begot sons and daughters, and all the days of Seth were 912 years, and he died. Enos lived 90 years and begot Cainan. Now, this name right here is very deep, man. Don't y'all know that the Lord got rid of this dude right here, man? Because of his name? They won't tell y'all this, but I'm going to tell you because it's the truth. Yeah, look in the book of the Kings. He not there. He not there. Or the book of the Chronicles. They mention everybody, but they don't mention this guy. They don't mention Cainan. Because the name itself is wicked. It's going to be wicked, whatever come out of this name. It ain't going to be good, man. It ain't going to be good. That's why every time you see it on the TV, it's presented in an evil way. Canaan, it's an evil because they're trying to do little secrets. But saying y'all dumb, they ain't even going to understand what we saying. Because they promoting it, but they using your spirit to push it. That's why Sean Combs was used. He thought he was good. He thought he was having all the fun, but he was used. They used him, man, just like they used Jason in the book of the Maccabees to bring in the Colosseum into Israel, the Greeks, Antiochus. Yeah, to bring in the Colosseum, he got invented what they call zoning and give you the papers from the king to build this, but you had to pay the king. That's right, baby. You got to pay that king that money, man. That's where it is in this world, man. That's why it's easy for somebody like me, man, to, like, once you know the truth of the Bible, I'm telling you, your life will change. It'll change for the better. And you will understand everything that you didn't understand, you'll understand it. Everything click in, man, and make sense, especially if you are a spiritual person. You know what I mean? Like, you can understand this book, but I'm telling you, if you listen to the words of Christ, man, he said there shall come false prophets and teachers in the last days, man. They shall teach lies. Talking about they had dreams. All these people that preach is really, man, you can see what evil really is. You know, people think just because you got a big, crazy-sized church, oh, that's got to be where the Lord is found. Man, you must be insane. I mean it. If you think the Lord is going to be with the rich and the titleized people that believe in titles and stuff like that, ruling over people unjustly, with just an evil intention. They say it's fair, but people know that's just words, man. You have to find a fair person within that to ever even see what fairness would look like. That's why, people can say whatever they want to say. They got their mouth and they got what kind of heart they got. So words going to come, man. But you can never let words excite you to the point where you cost yourself finances, discomfort in your circle with your family, and none of that, man. Because when people throw words around like that, that's just because they can't fight you with no truth. They tell lies, deflect, and all that, man. Admit when you're wrong, people. It take a big person to admit when they're wrong. If somebody say they ain't never wrong, man, you better get away from them people, because sooner or later you probably going to have to hurt them. Because if a person can't admit when you do something wrong, I don't want to even know you. I'm serious. I don't want to know you, man. But we're going to continue this lesson, man, and keep rocking it, man. And I'm so happy that the Lord healed me from that surgery I had, man. It was rough, but, rough times don't last. Rough times never last long. If the rough times get you, man, we can't go to war together. Because, no, I was born in rough times. Times harder than 1929. You feel me? For real. So I'm not about to just cry and shit just because I had to go through 15 years of medical stuff, man. I ain't gonna cry. Because I brought it on myself, man. Lifestyle. My own lifestyle. So why am I get mad at somebody else for? Because I did it. Anybody that was around me at that time, which it wasn't but a few, because I wouldn't allow no one to see me in that situation. And my wife didn't either. So if you seen me back then, man, count yourself blessed and know that, man, I loved you to let you see me like that. For real. Because it's everything they say it is. I mean that. Yeah, it's everything. You'll find out what's to you and what you ain't is. And what you is ain't is. But we're gonna keep rolling, man. I ain't got much time. I really just want to feel like talking to y'all today, man. Because it's been a minute, man. And I want to say what's up to my brother down in Tennessee. And what's up to my brother in Mexico, man. New Mexico, that is. Much love, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We're going to tap in soon, baby. But I didn't call you when I was having the surgery because I didn't want you to worry. You know what I mean? I'm telling you right now, before we get to the conversation. Because I know you really love me, man. And that's real heavy to me. Because I love all my family. I just don't put up with no BS. Love don't mean you gotta drop your dignity, your morals, your what you stand on. No, we all gotta meet somewhere in the middle of somewhere. But we know for sure that on the fifth day that the Lord created atoms, the atoms, like before he created the rest of the nations, it was just Adam's lineage. But they only list Seth because that is the lineage of the chosen seed out of Adam. Just like Israel was chosen. Like I say, man, he got his, the Lord chooses just like we all do. He chose what kind of tree he liked. He chose where he wanted to live. He chose the bird he liked of all the birds. He chose the feline of all the felines. He loved the lion. Of all the multitudes of people upon the earth, man, he loved Israel. Like, what is the problem? If somebody's daddy loved the neighbor's kid more than he loved his own kid, y'all, the little kid, the daddy's child was, man, that little rascal would tear the whole house up. Tear the whole house up. You give him more love out the house than you give it in the house. No kid is going to love a daddy to do that, man. So, it's just what it is. The truth is hard, man, and it's stranger than the fiction. The truth is where they get fiction from. They're too scared to tell you the power of the Lord. And the people at the ark, all they had to do was say, bow down to the Lord. They refused to be obedient. Obedience is what the Lord demands. He's not going to ask you for it. He's going to tell you what he wants. He ain't going to beg you for nothing. He just kill you and regenerate you, not reincarnate. That's Christianity. It's regenerate. But y'all want to make it what you want to make it. To make you feel good to come back as a worm for fishing. You want to be bait? Go be bait, man. Want to be a deer? Go be a deer. Want to be a frog, a dog, a hog, a log? Do it. That'd be sad, but you can do what you want to do. It's your thing, baby. You can do what you want to do with it. That's a fact. So we're going to keep it rolling, man. So we had Genesis 1:27, okay? So God created man in his own image. In the image of God created he him, male and female, he created he them. And God blessed them. And God said unto them, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it. And that word, and subdue it. So the earth was when you got to subdue something, it means it's wild. You're gonna have to lay the law down on to subdue anything. You know what I mean? You're gonna have to. It's gonna be a battle. Try to subdue your woman when she want to be a freak. She gonna have to let that freak out, man. You better off letting your freak out with her. Y'all better let your freak out together. Because if you don't, homie, she gonna let her freak out. Ain't nothing you can do with it. For real, though. So, subdue the earth, man. Lord have mercy. It's a greater story, man. It's a greater story than y'all been told, I'm telling you. And subdue it. Where we at here? And subdue it and have dominion, power, rulership. See? You got to, this is beautiful. And the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air, over every living thing that move upon the earth. And God said, behold, I have given ye every herb bearing seed, which is upon the face of all the earth, and every tree in which is the fruit of a tree yielding seed. Man, it's just like a natural refrigerator. You just keep going there, open the door, man, get you some peaches, and man, the Lord is wonderful, man. And can't nobody ever provide like he can. You just got to be right yourself, man. And you can see it. And you know what? Israel, let me tell you something. If you don't get yourself together, you're going to miss out, man. Male and female, he, them. You hear me? You're going to miss out, man. Because this kingdom belongs to you. But you can give it away. Because you think you're going to do what you want to do. I know my people. That's one thing I do know, is my people. And we are exactly what the Lord said we are. Hard-headed, stubborn, backstabbing, backsliding, stiff-necked, haughty as people. But he said, you are my beloved. You the apple of my eye. So 1/3 of Israel who understand where our rightful place supposed to be upon this earth. Hallelujah to thee from me. Patiently wait on the Lord. Patiently wait. You don't got to lift a finger. We don't got to do nothing but do exactly what he said do, and that's nothing. And wait for the Lord to come. That's all we got to do, man. That's all I'm going to do. There's no parts of nothing else I would want more than anything for me and mine. So I'm going to continue to teach this word, man. And I just want to hear my voice talk so he can hear my voice talk. And know that I'm not playing down here, man. I really want this. But don't see now, when people think the Lord is what you've been taught he is, that's wrong of you. Because you've been taught a lie. Don't think I'm gonna live that lie and let that lie fly around me, because everything in the Bible. That's what I believe. I don't believe in no Talmud. I don't believe in Zionism. I don't believe in that, because that can cost me my soul. And I'm not calling nobody bad, man, because everybody know white is good, black is bad, according to this world. That's what they teach everywhere on every landmass, except for Africa. So I'm not here to push no negativity. The word ain't negative. The truth is not negative or disrespectful at all. I'm sorry if you think so, but you've been taught wrong again. But we're going to keep rolling, man, because I'm pushing love. But the Lord I serve is a man of war. You understand that now? I serve a God of war. A war God. My hands are still, though. My hands not active. And I don't want nobody to make them be active either. That's all this live, man. And be thankful for the life we got. Whatever it is, it's your life. You put forth the work to make it, and you put forth the work to not make it. It was on you. It's always mine is on me and mine. So everybody got to be responsible for their own thing. Now this is the last scripture for this show. I need to play "Welcome Back." Welcome back, like a "Welcome Back, Carter." Man, I'm talking. Y'all might not understand, but that was a good show, man. "Welcome Back, Carter" was a good show, man. All the stars y'all see now, they was 18, 19 then, though. But yeah, so this is the last scripture, y'all. Hear me now. And God said, behold. No, wait a minute. I'm going down to 30, last scripture. Because after this is the heavens and the earth were finished. So, and to every beast of the earth, and every fowl of the air, and everything that creepeth upon the earth wherein there is life, I have given every green herb for meat, and it was so. And Job 38 and 41, I think that refers to Esau eating nettles in the caves in the mountains. Hang on one second. Where we at? Let's get to this. I cannot pass up a precept. Job 38. Because the precepts help explain the Bible 100%, so you would never be confused, man. Because if you don't read the precepts, then you can be tricked. You easily can be tricked. But we always read the precepts up in this house here. 38:41. Let's get it. Got to go precept upon precept, line upon line, here a little, there a little. It says, who provided a raven for his food when he was young? One cries unto God that wonder for lack of meat. Oh, beautiful. So when in the creation story in the beginning, where it says he given every herb yielding tree for meat, this is after the earth started eating flesh, because the earth didn't eat flesh until the ark was landed on the smallest mountain of Mount Ararat, the small one, on that peak right there. But see, it's two Mount Ararats. They just never be honest, man. They want to drive the narrative. But Cain's lineage is the Tatarians. Cain's lineage, the Tatarians are known as the master builders, and Christ known as the same thing. They are directly trying to combat the Lord. That's what they're doing. That's what the Canaanites do. They want everything the Lord say, they're going to try to turn it around and make it, no. We're going to do it this way. Because they are the antagonists. Children of Israel are the protagonists, I think. The children of Israel, the hero, and the Canaanites are the villain. That's the way this earth is set up. You know, the way they do their movies and everything is built on that. Protagonist, antagonist, man. This shit is so simple because the Lord, he said that there's a creator and then there's a repeater. Like some people are born with powers to create things, and some people are born with powers to steal things. But only the things that are so valuable, like blood, like someone's labor, things that would have to be returned to them in measure. Because the Lord said it, you reap what you sow. What comes around goes around. And when he come, everything that was done to diminish his word, to try to say his word will not stand, would have to suffer for their error. And all we got to do is just sit back on our couch and watch it on the TV. Because I have total faith, confidence in my Messiah. And I follow the law of the land. So I worry not for anything. But listen, Big Daddy back, man. I'm all healed up. The Lord done his blessing to your brother. God bless everybody up out there, man. And we're going to do this again very, very soon. This is King Mount Zion. Peace, love, and soul, baby.